stream back here. Let's see what's on. Alright, there we go. That's how I like it. That's what I want to see. Alright, well, I had a new idea for a game today. If we get some people in here, we might go ahead and try it out. Game idea. So I got this idea from a visual crossword puzzle game I had. You had a picture. You had to find the words for the crossword puzzle by looking at the picture. Hey, random. So I thought I'd start out with an easy one. I don't know that we really need to choose people. We're just gonna name things in the picture. I wrote them down, and the way I'm set up, everything I look at will display them. So hopefully I can remember the things I wrote down. I'll have to write them down on a piece of paper or something. My OBS is just running the whole window display. It's displaying the whole monitor. So I have no hidden areas. Everything I have is yours. Hey, Guts. Just trying to decide what game to play. We can play this game or we can play the Scarecrow game. Like I said, this game is an idea that I got from a visual crossword puzzle game. This is a really simple picture, but they can get more complicated. I believe there are six items in here. So for instance, we would say tie. 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, darned if I can only find 5 of the 6 things. Well, it depends on what kind of game you like to do. It's only a click of a button to play Scarecrow instead. I also have that set up. I had a game set up for yesterday, but everyone was busy and couldn't come in. Do you like to play picture puzzles or word puzzles? Because the Scarecrow is easily achieved. Push open my layers and I push that button there and I open the reason for the Scarecrow. And poofy. In essence, the Scarecrow begins. Alright, well, here's the Scarecrow game. He has parts of his little Scarecrowness. That's all the little bits here, all the way up to a scarf. So we'll go ahead and drop him off. First word is already ready. If there's just a couple of you in here, you just go ahead and guess letters on your own. Are you still in here, random? The words are home, farm, and garden. Yes, like hangman. But I'm a farming channel. A G. Well, let's take a look at what word we chose here. I got my piece of paper up. Yes, there is a G. An interesting choice. So let me get on my layer here where I can write, and I will place a G as the first letter. Then I will, wish I knew where my color button was. I would change the colors. I don't know what I did with my color button. Generally I change the color. What I will do is I will put a circle around it. Just into red. That means you've guessed it already. I circled them in green before, but I pushed my color button off the screen somewhere, and I don't want to go find it. Well, normally when we get several people in here, I go ahead and choose a number, or everybody chooses a number, and then we run this random generator over here to find out whose turn it is. But when there's only just a few people, we just go for it. A letter A. No A's. We will scratch out the A and put a post in the field. I didn't want to have to draw the Scarecrow or anything every time, so I just cut a little Scarecrow up here in Photoshop, and then I put him on little layers, and then I can just click the layers on. Kind of wanted a game that balanced out people's different internet speeds. I watch people play like Pictionary and other trivia games, and I kind of get frustrated when they can see their word seem to them to have come up first, because in your chat window your words always come up first. No E's. And we're going to put a beam on. And you explain at the beginning it's when the words get to the host's chat window. But some people get pretty frustrated when it feels like every time they're just behind, and it doesn't look like it to them. Yeah. A letter O. Yes, there are two O's. It's kind of handy to be able to practice when there's just... Why am I... That was silly. Let's step back one here. And circle the O instead of crossing it off. Although it really doesn't matter. It's good to see at a site what letters are in and what letters aren't. I guess I could just scratch them all off. But when I forget to put the parts of the Scarecrow up, it's good to see how many guesses were wrong, and then I know how many Scarecrow parts to put up. A letter D. Yes, there is a D. That sad-looking D right there. I watched Miss Kathy, and I joined her to play Pictionary with her daughter, and it gave me this great idea to use a gaming time. I don't have a video camera to be able to live stream myself, so I wanted to have something happening on the screen instead of just sitting around and staring at the wall. No, there are no R's. Get out a pair of old pants. A letter N. No, there are no N's either. Yeah, it's just a lady I know. I met her in one of the streams. She's a retired preschool teacher. And her daughter's probably about 10. Her daughter is a really good drawer. I met them through James Cox I'm a Creator stream. W. Yes, there is a W. My son suggested I could have these all set up with different layers where I could just touch the layer and let it come up, but with pre-typed words, but it's too much work. This is good enough for me. Yeah, well, we were going to see if we could combine together. She's on the East Coast and I'm more towards the West Coast, so we could run hers first and then mine. A letter S. Yes, there is an S. And a letter C. Well, you're getting right along there. There are no C's. I will circle our W and our S and our D because I forgot. Alright, and we'll put some boots on him. Oh, Random, you're there. Is that an I or an L, Guts? Right on, an I. Okay, yes, there is an I right here. We will circle the I. Random's going to go for an L. If there's just two of you, you can just go ahead and take turns. We weren't sure if you were still here, Random. There is an L. So let's Krutzy looking when I had the green to circle him with. Anyone knows the answer, they can go ahead and guess it. The rules can be a lot more lenient when there's just a couple people in here. No, there are no T's. We're going to scrunch out that T and give him some gloves. A letter N. No, N has already been guessed, Random. I'm trying to scratch them out here as they're guessed. A letter U. No, there are no U's. Are y'all gonna make the first ever? Hints are now available. Hints are draw-on hints. Yes, there's a letter H. There you go. As you can see by my pretty poor drawing, I didn't want to play Pictionary. For my drawing is bad with a mouse. My daughter has a draw pad. I'm going to try to convince her to let me use it. We'll go ahead and delete this layer. Good job. That would be Random Outdoors. Let me go ahead and choose another word here. Our next word will be 6 letters and 5 letters. More off. And one more here. Okay. Sure, go ahead and take a break. That's a good idea. I'm going to grab my salad. And I will sit here, unstuff my face. I got a fancy salad mix with cabbage and carrots. Oh, already got a letter for me there, Random. All right, just a moment. I have to look up what it was. Okay, no, there are no U's. Let me get my Scarecrow back down again. All right. I think I'm that guy down just a little. There we go. A letter U. No, there are no U's. Let's go to this layer and see if it'll let me draw on it. It will. So we have a post. Ooh, sweet Italian dressing. I like Italian, but I love sweet Italian. I put a little Splenda in it. So it's not just a vinegar and oil dressing. Go ahead and take another guess. I'm sure Guts doesn't mind. I was busy playing the game. They were busy playing the game. While you were busy doing your thing. A W. No, there are no W's. One moment, I located my food, but I did not bring a fork. I have no forks. Okay, well, we'll go. All right, let me go ahead here. Excuse for the noise. I have my recliner here so I can keep my foot up. And the beam. And an R. No, there are no R's. Getting those cleared off the board. Okay. Yes, there is one N. I'm just going to scribble them out because I don't think it matters if they're guessed or not. They're just not on the list anymore. It's a terrible, terrible N. Let me step back there and do that again. There. There's an N. Yeah, I should circle them. A letter I. No, no I. You have to forgive me. I'm eating at the same time. Put on some Scarecrow pants. Put on your big Scarecrow pants. Let me know if my music comes up too loud. Because that sounds a little louder. I'm going to step over here to Htop or Htop's music. Quiet it down just a hair. There we go. You're getting a little rambunctious. An A. Yes, there is two A's. A. And there is an A here. And there. I also thought the Scarecrow was a little friendlier if it turns into a family game. A letter D. Or G. I'm sorry, brain dead. No. No G. Don't feel bad if you guess wrong. If you build the whole Scarecrow, you will be the first person to have ever built a whole Scarecrow. So you're a winner there too, right? First person ever. It all depends on how you look at it. There we go. A letter T. Yes, there is a letter T. T. No C. Boots. It's great practice for me though. First day I kept forgetting to put the Scarecrow up when I crossed the letters off. Welcome back, Guts. We've got some of the letters off the list for you. And then the second day, I didn't misspell the word. I forgot to put the letters in the second word. I put them only in the first word. Like in how the A has two occurrences. Guts is going for a letter P. Yes, there is a letter P. So I'm hoping for one day where I can mostly do the whole game without messing up. It'll prove I kind of have the knack, finally. Guts might know what the answer is. Or at least one word of it is. Ah! Because there's actually two words that fit that top word. And I have one of them in mind. Hello, Velvet. We're playing a game of Scarecrow. It's like Hangman. We're just taking turns as long as there's just a few people in here. An E. No, there are no E's. Sorry, random. Gloves. A letter H. No, there are no H's. A head. All right. So now we get hints. A letter O. Yes, there is an O. Or two O's. That was a terrible O, but it turned out good. First hint. Forgive me. This isn't meant to look like particularly anything. Given a real piece of paper, I could draw these way better. But I have no choice. Random has it. It is a potato plant. And, oh, smack, smack. I could have put a letter P here. See, I told you I did that on the last game. I got dumb. We're not worthy. All right, let me kill this layer and we'll get a new layer up. And right after I sat there explaining how I had messed it up, I didn't even notice that. Because that's bad, isn't it? All right, we'll get ourselves a new layer to write on. All right, and then we'll have to go and change our word. Let me cross that one off. Yeah, random is. I'm going to have to write that down. I'm going to be watching some time at randoms unless you people catch up. That is my reward. I will come and spend a half hour at your site. Although I'll probably come visit you all because I cheated you on that game. Not filling in all the letters. All right, let's see. What's our next one? Ooh, it is a 3-letter set. One moment here while I try to get myself taken care of. I hit the wrong button. And I made a layer I didn't want. Okay, we're going to be in this layer here. And we're going to enter... Stop doing that. Silly computer. Alright, we're going to stay inside of our window here. Enter in this row here. 3 letters in the middle word. The top word has 6 letters. 3, 6 has, isn't that convenient? And the bottom word has 5 letters. Alright. Would you like to join us on this round, Celeste or Velvet? Which would you like me to call you? Alright, dropping my salad bowl to the Basset Hound. Tidying up. And removing the Scarecrow parts. Velvet, okay, great. Do y'all each want to take turns? We'll let Velvet go first. Go ahead and guess a letter, Velvet. If there's just the 3 of you, we'll just take turns. We'll go Velvet, and then we'll go Glory, and then we'll go random. They ought to be back. Oh, all right. That's no problem. The letters are too small on the phone? All right. Yeah, to the Bastard Hound. No, my Basset. The Bastard Hound. No, my Basset. Okay, I could see on a phone that could get kind of small. It looks okay on mine, but mine isn't a tiny phone. On mine, I can read the little letters in the chat. Okay, Velvet's going to try a letter O, and there are no O's. Let's get ourselves a layer to write on. There we go. We're going to scratch out the O. Random is next, and they're going with the letter N. Here's a post. Let's see, a letter N. There is an N in the middle word right there. And I will double check one more time that there are no other N's. There are not. And Guts is back and going with a letter A. Alright, so there's the N, and there's the A. And that would be your turn again, Velvet. We have an A and an N in the middle word in the first 2 letters. A T. No, there are no T's. Cross out the T and put on the beam. Random's going with the letter U. There are no U's. And Guts going with the letter D. That would fill in the middle word with and. And that's a D right there. Velvet's guessing an R. There are 2 R's here. That's a terrible R. At the end of each word, there is an R. And I'm trying to cheat you. There's also an A right there. I don't want to spend time going to nobody's places. A letter Y. Yes, there is a Y. Guts is going with the letter E. There are 2 E's. Velvet is going with the letter S. There is 1 S. Random with the W. You guys are getting fast. W and an S. And an E is guessed. And a Y is guessed. Guts is going with the letter H. And Guts got that one with the washer and dryer. Guts. 1 point. Good job. That was quick. And let me go ahead and clear us up here. No, wrong button. Get in the text box. Choose another word. My list is getting small. I'm going to have to pick a new set of words. Alright, our next word is 10 and 5. There's no middle, so we're going to back that up. Sure, if you can. 2, 4, 6. All right. 7, 8, 9. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. One more for 10. And there it is. 10 and 5. Okay. Let me fold my piece of paper so I can see it. I will try conscientiously not to miss any letters. Yes, you did that one very quickly. All right, random. Are you just learning? Well, Velvet's signing on her laptop. Random's gone to practice guitar. I wish I had that kind of talent. I love music, but I have no talent. I can follow a beat somebody else holds, but I can't play my own beat. And it takes me a really long time to learn anything. They tried to teach me guitar in like 5th grade. I had to learn the Call the Wind Mariah, and I don't think I learned it. I'll torture you with my singing all day, but I've loved piano, and I did teach myself a little piano. Hunt and peck. I can play Angels We Have Heard on High. My grandfather would point out where middle C was, and then I would take the music that he had, the sheet music that he had, and then find where middle C was on that. I mean, I could read music a little bit, and then plunk my way through. Dun, 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 dun. Ta-da! And chopsticks. I can play chopsticks. Well, you want to start us off with the guess, Guts? We'll give Velvet a moment to get her laptop on, but we can go ahead and get started here. Yeah, I play rock band with my kids. And I torture only my family with my singing. I have a very deep voice. And I can match it. I do get 99 and 100 points on medium and in hard mode on it. Yes, there is a G. Let me get into our... Make us a text writing field. How about that? Put it down here. Place we can write on. All right. We'll put a letter G and to start out our word. So I sitting over in the corner with my microphone, and we turn the singer up loud on the band, and I sing into the corner. If they go putting on a song I don't know the words to, I can hum and tune well enough to get a pretty good score on it. Yes, they tolerate my singing. They've grown up with it, so they haven't got much choice. A letter A. There is one A. All right, let's circle our G. And we'll circle our A. I think I just subscribed to you yesterday. Got some. What do you do on your channel? I probably only looked at your intro video and an R. Yes, there is 2 R's. I didn't specifically pick words with unusual letters in them, but I turned up with a lot of them. A nerd channel, huh? Well, that's cool. Yeah, I used to do a lot of graphics work back in the day. I did desktop publishing for a horse magazine. It was just a small niche magazine for classic Morgan horses. So I've done a lot of graphics work. Meh, I wouldn't say I'm not a nerd. I started to learn computer programming in 1978. He first offered computer classes in basic programming. We had a Wang. It was a big computer. Our poor teacher. An N. All right, let's see if we have an N. Yes, there is one N in our second word. Our teacher was 2 lessons ahead of us learning how to program in basic. And then I did go for computer programming in college. I didn't stay long. My major was computer programming. My minor was animal science, and everybody thought I was crazy. But nowadays, those are 2 things that are well used together. Because in the dairy industry, they're keeping a lot of information. It's very important how much milk production a bull's mother and female relatives, sisters, and daughters how much milk they produce, because that's a very important thing. I wasn't certain what you had written there. You notice me pause and read that. Then I decided I would just let that one go until you clarified that a little. Hey, you never know. Somebody could be sleeping in the house. To go in the closet, quietly type. All right, we got some letters off there, Velvet. If you want to go ahead and take a turn. And so on beef cattle, birth weight of the calves are very important to the bulls. And there's a lot of statistical things that are done. People looked at me like I was crazy for combining those two. Welcome back, Random. We're going to get Velvet's turn, and then we'll let you have a turn, and then we'll have Guts go again. And then when the personal computer industry hit, I had a little Sinclair ZX80. If you didn't have a tape machine, you had like an audio tape from a cassette, you had to thank you, Random. I saw you guess. We're going to see if Velvet has a guess. Then you can guess that letter. You would save your program after you typed it in. It would put it out in modem talk to a cassette tape. Velvet's going to go with the letter S. There are no S's. But if you didn't have that tape, you would have to type the program in every time you wanted to use it. Random Outdoors is going with a letter T. There is one T. I will circle that T there. And then I had an Amstrad, Radio Shack color computer. And then we started in with real computers. We did go with your S, Velvet. There was not. Then I put the shirt on the Scarecrow. So I guess it's Guts' turn again. Okay, I'm going to go with that's a letter I, unless you specifically give me a capital L, Guts. We're going to go with that being a letter I. And there are two. There's one here. And one here. There was Guts. It's Velvet's turn. Yeah, well, that's what it was last time. I can be a fast learner. I won't say I'm always a fast learner. A letter C. No, there are no C's, Celeste. Or Velvet. For some reason, I want to call you Celeste. A letter C and some boots on our Scarecrow. Yeah, the whole little Scarecrow was all one, and then I went and got boots from another Scarecrow. Yeah, that music is Htop music. Free music. I'm just running his free stream, his free music playlist. I'm more classic rock and a little harder, but I can do it. And then I got suspenders from just a clip art of suspenders and a scarf, and I sized them down, and that's what I said. Well, once his head was done and he got his hat and his scarf and suspenders, I would start giving hints. Yeah, I either play Htop or I play music from Empowerment Zone Entertainment. That's EZENT. They don't have singing in Empowerment Zone music. It's more instrumental, a little more hip-hop. Guts is going with the letter H. Oh, okay, let's see. We had the S. Yeah, that's right, an H. There are no H's. put some gloves. Yeah, I cut the gloves off of another Scarecrow. One glove, and then I flipped it the other direction. Hi, Chris. Would you like to have a turn next? Yeah, there's just a few of us in here. We'll just go ahead and go take turns as opposed to pulling up numbers. Although when we do run a random number, I am instituting if you get the exact number, you get to guess 2 letters. Thought it might speed the game up a little when we do random numbers. We'll take a look at our word and see if you got a letter you might like to put in there. Checking one more time, I got all the letters proper. I have. Yeah, I guess it is hard to see on the phone. I don't know if enlarging it's going to help any. We have a G, an A, 3 blank spaces, an R, a blank, an I, and a T in the first word. And in the second word, it's a blank, an N, an I, and 2 blanks. Our used letters are C, H, I, and S. Let me see what happens if I make it bigger. I'm only allowed a certain amount of space. Well, I'm not using random number. Let's move him over and we'll see if we can't make him a little bigger. How about that? Is that a little bigger? I didn't think about the small phones. We're going with the letter D. No, there are no D's. Get our layer. Let me get back our marker. Scribble off the D, and he is ahead. Oh, I'm glad that helped. I'll have to make sure I do that next time. I don't know how much bigger. See, they'll only let me move my my layers over a little bit. I don't know how big you'll get if I go one more. Ah, too big. Chink. All right, we're gonna stick with that size. And now, our first hint. Okay, let's see. Here we go. So Chris had a guess. Before that, it was guts. Before that, it was velvet. So, that looks like it's Random's turn. Are you still with us, Random? Go ahead and make a guess. We've got so many people in here, we might have to start doing the numbers. Everyone's silent. Let's see if I can give a little more hint to it. We're going with the letter P. Yes, there is a P. We will circle the P. We're going to try and draw something. Random's going with the letter Y. No, there are no Y's. This is the first word, and this is the second word. A really crappy version of the second word. Like I said, I'm not going to promise anything for my drawing skills. Random thinks he knows, huh? Let me try drawing this a little better. Does that look more like it? Oh yeah, anybody can guess. Another version of this would not be any better than what I've drawn. Oh dear, did I miscount? Yes, oh, you are correct. I am brain dead. Ah, we'll give you a free letter here. There's a free letter. Anyone can guess. Yes, grapefruit knife, Random. You are right. You got to keep the host on her toes. And I tried twice. I looked at it twice. Ha ha! See my very bad grapefruit right there? And I have to admit, the second knife came out better than the first knife. It sure did. All right. Well, so we killed another puzzle. You gotta watch me. I'm a cheater. All right. I only have a couple more words on my list. It is very hard. And the inside of the grapefruit was the best I could get because there was no way I was going to draw. I mean, you saw my outside of the grapefruit. All right, our next word is a couple of short ones. We've been here an hour just about, so we'll do a couple of short words. And if you want to play, we can play a little bit longer. 3, 6. It'll be 6 and 5. And we're ready to start. I took a list of items from the home and garden and the farm so that, you know, you could just draw them. And then I wanted longer words. I didn't want to just guess bathroom. So I put a couple of the words together so that our words were a little longer. All right, so we'll let Velvet start. And then we'll go with Chris. And then Random and Guts. How's that sound? Ladies first, or I assuming we're ladies. We'll take all our parts back off of our Scarecrow. And we'll take our first letter. I'll fold up my paper so I realize where I'm at. One of these days I'm going to complete an entire game without messing up. Right, Vanna? My stream health looks bad. Can anybody hear me? Okay, here we are. You can hear. All right. Well, I was going to have Velvet and Chris go first, but I don't know if they're still with us. Velvet's going first with an E. There are 2 E's. As soon as I get a layer to write them on. Let's switch to something here. Here we go. A new layer. Okay. Let's move that down there. I have no idea how come I keep making layers that don't belong there. Okay, I can write on this one. All right, and we have a letter E. And so we're going to put an E here and an E here. I hope you get this because I don't want to draw this one. E is done. Chris, if you're still with us. Okay, random will go, and then we'll see a letter from Chris if they're still with us. Chris is going with a T. Oh, okay. No problem, Velvet. I'll read the letters out as they come in. So, you just guessed an R. That's in. And a letter T. There are no T's. So we'll kill the T, put up a post. Guts is going with a letter A. There is one A. I put the R in the wrong place and I am brain dead. Let me get an eraser here. In my text layer. Eraser. There's an eraser. I'm brain dead. I think I was left over from the last game. Alright, let me double check. Alright. We have a blank, an A, an R, a blank, an E, a blank for our first letter. And our second letter is 4 blanks and an E. And we're guessing an A, and we got that. Okay, we're caught up. I made my page large and then I popped the chat out, so I have it over here on the side. So we're around to Velvet again. Go ahead and give us a guess, Velvet. I will circle our A, for we have already guessed it. Erase around the A, however that worked out. There we go. Go ahead and give Velvet a moment to give us a letter. Then they might be busy and we'll go ahead and move on. All right, Velvet might be busy. We'll go ahead and get a next letter from Chris. Ah, there's a D from Velvet. There is a D. I'm not sure how long my lag is or how the speed is working out. And that was a silly button to push. Let's try that. We'll circle that D. All right, there we go. So we are next with Chris. Chris is going with a G. There is a G. I think we might have a concept of the first. Oh, there's two G's. Got a start of our words. Random's going with a Y. There are no Y's. Let me circle the G here. Put a beam on there. All right, and that would be Guts' turn. Garden gate. Close. Close. Gate doesn't fit on that second word. Do you want to give us a letter guess there, Guts? We'll go with that. Well, you guessed an N because you did guess the first word for garden, and so we'll go with that N. How about that? And it would be Velvet's turn again. Oh, well, hello, 5-minute kitchen. I'm going to have to catch some more of your videos. I love quick cooking. And we do have an N. That is right. Yes, you can guess the word. Chris got it. Garden gnome. Excellent. Well, that was fun. I'm sorry you just got here. 5-minute kitchen. It is a garden gnome. And that was our last round. I usually run about an hour. Unless you guys would like to play longer, I don't have anything to do. I'd be happy to play another half hour or so. We're going to remove our layer and make a new layer. That's right. I told you I didn't want to have to draw that. I was hoping you'd guess it before we got that far. I only have a couple more words on my list, though. Here we go. Here's a word. This word is going to be 8 letters and 6 letters. Let's get our typer up. 8 letters. 2, 4, 6. We're going to have 2 more here. 7, 8. Those aren't the right ones. I'm on that layer. I need to touch inside. I don't know why it does that. Must not have a full size. There we go. And the second word is 6. 2, 4, 5. One more here. Alright, let's double check we got that right. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 6. Okay, we're ready for another round. Okay, do you just want to take turns, or do you want to roll a random number? See you, Velvet. It was nice having you drop in. Do you have content on your channel? I'd be happy to go by and take a look. 5-minute kitchen is making our first guess with the letter A. There is one A. See you, Velvet. Go ahead and... There you go. Guts is gussing with a D. There are no D's. I will take the beam off, and we will just have our post, because I forgot to take them all off from the last one. Alright, and that leaves random. Bye, Velvet. Random's going with the letter R. I'm carefully counting where my letters go. There are 3 R's. Chris, do you have a guess? And then we'll get 5-minute kitchen's letter in there. Well, I make lots of errors, but error doesn't fit in this word. There's 2 letters in front of the R. Chris is going with the letter N. There are no N's. We're going to go with the E that 5-minute kitchen guessed earlier. And we're going to go with there are no E's. Going to put some pants on there. All right, that makes it Guts' turn. Do you have a letter for us, Guts? Random's going to go with a T. All right, well, we'll go ahead and... Okay. Guts is going with an H. There is an H. And there is only one. Random's going with a T, and there is one of those as well. An H and a T, or a T and an H, depending on how you circle them. All right. That makes it Chris's turn, or no, 5 minutes. 5 Minute Kitchen's turn. Kitchen is going with an M, and there is one of those, and Chris is going with an O. I think we might have figured out some of the words, huh? There are a couple of O's and a couple of M's. There are 2 letters left to find. And that makes it, yes, one of the words is mirror. You haven't guessed them both. Chris has got it there. Came in first with bathroom mirror. 5 Minute Kitchen right on her tail. That was a fast game. A very fast game. Let's clear off our Scarecrow. Delete our writing layer. Get ourselves a new layer to write on. My kids were laughing at me. This has got to be the laziest version of Photoshop ever. Using it to play games with. All right, so that was that word. I have 2 more words on my list, and then we're going to end for the day. I haven't quite figured out how to get OBS not to show my whole screen. I mean, it'll show chunks of it if I'm in an application, but... Well, I guess it would work here, but anyway, the whole concept. Well, we'll go with one more. I have one word right here. It is 7 and 5. That'll only take us a second to clear up. To back one off here. So, I could have left that one. So, here is our word. It is 7 and 5. Bye, Guts. It was nice of you to stop in again. Okay, so we're ready to go, and we have 3 players. We have Random, Chris, and 5 Minute Kitchen. 5 Minute Kitchen's going to get us a start out with a letter A. Let me fold it so I can see my word, or else I will get lost again. We all know what happens when I get lost. There are 3 A's. Let me get in my window to write in here. A here. And an A here. And an A here. Random's coming through with a U. There are no U's. We're going to circle the A. We're going to squiggle out the U. And put up a post. Chris. Do you have a letter for us? A letter T. There is 1 T. 5 Minutes Kitchen is guessing an E. Getting ahead of me, guys. An E. There is 1 E. There we go. And our next letter is an S. There are no S's. Put up a beam. No. It is not water. Chris's turn. Give us a letter. Chris. We're going with an R. There are no R's. Pants on the Scarecrow. Get stuffed. A 5-minute kitchen is guessing an M and random is guessing an L. Okay, let's hold there. There are no M's or L's. That was easy enough. An M and an L. There we go. That would be Chris's turn again. A letter N. There are no N's. He's got some hands. It would be 5 minutes turn. Yeah, when I get in the kitchen, I'll need some of your 5-minute recipes. I'm back on my feet after a bad leg break, and I can't stand very long. A letter B. Yes, there are 2 B's. One there, and that was a bad B, but we got the idea that I wrote B's right there. Oh, I can't wait. I've had to rely on everybody. Yes, there is a P. I've had to rely on people to feed me for 2 years. I can't wait to cook. I did sneak in and I made cookies. I made shortbread. Chris is going with the letter C. There is a C here and a C here. And I made some tapioca. Close. You got to get the whole word. 5-minute kitchen. Cabbage patch. You are right. A G here and an H. That was fun. All right, I have one more word for y'all if you want to do that now. And then we can chat or something, and then I'll go ahead and prepare for tomorrow. Let's get some letters here. Yeah, that was a fast game. Yep, one last letter. One last word. It is 6 and 5. 2, 4, 6. Well, that's not much editing. 2, 4, 6, and 5. Okay, here we go. Round again. And that's C. That was Chris. Chris has 2. Random has 3 wins. No, I guess Chris has 1. No, I wrote her name from the last time. There we go. 2. We got a lot of games done this time. And Guts has 1. At least I think. I don't know. I'm going to go visit y'all anyway. All right, let's start again. Oh, I see. That was 5-minute kitchen, not Chris. There we go. That was where my confusion entered. 5-minute kitchen. There we go. Brain drain. Okay. Well. I was trying to help you win. You got to watch me all the time, guys. Got to watch me all the time. All right. Well, let's see. Random's going to start us off with a letter R. Let me get up my word again. There is 1 R in our word. Getting to where I can write at. Let me get a window, a layer I can write in. And to get rid of when the time comes. All right, here we go. And we had a guess of a letter R. We'll start our first word with an R. Oh, I see. 5-minute kitchen also started with an A. I see. Not paying attention. There is an A. So we're rolling right along. Who's next? Chris? Did you have a letter for us? Chris is going with the letter S. There are no S's. Put up a post. Good guess. Gotta guess letters. If you don't guess the whole word, the whole two-part word, Chris is with an S. And then 5 Minute Kitchen. Would you like to do a letter from there? Oh, Chris is right on top of it. It is a rabbit hutch. Boy, you guys are fast. Look at that. Had to be our fastest game ever. And what a winner. Wanted me to justify having marked 2 there for Chris, right? Random's still our big winner with 3. That was fun. What recipes are you working on now? 5 Minute Kitchen. That was fast. Hutch is not an easy word to get. 5 Minute gave him the hint with rabbit. Yeah, I had that, and then the other game that I had to play is, we don't need to save that. The other game I had to play was kind of a game where you find things in a picture. This is a really simple one. We would name the items in the picture. Apple salad. That sounds yummy. So I had a couple of, this is the simpler one, to get the idea of this game out. You would list the items that you can see in the picture. And here's a simple one with a tie and some shoes. I have another item on that I swear, that is not the window I wanted. Oh, it's going to be that way, is it? Quick glimpse of my computer as I flash through. See? And then in this one we would have found things. I don't know what the 6th one was. Shoes, a tie. Oh, okay, that's why I decided it was 2. It's only 5 words. Aha! Well, I was sitting here trying to remember what it was. Yeah, I'll come by. Oat cutlets? Is that a vegan thing? So, straight up at the hour? Are you vegan, or you just also cook vegan things for people? We had a delicious eggplant lasagna the other day. Ah, well, that's good. You know, what works for people. Everybody's different. I mean, even from beliefs, your bodies are all different. And they're going to respond to different ways of eating. My husband and I both cut sweets, and he lost a ton of weight, and I didn't lose any weight hardly at all. So I have to work harder cutting more carbs. I used to be able to out-eat any man. Then I had kids, and my body said, oh, well, you need to absorb things or collect things to feed babies with. I'm going to collect everything. And my metabolism changed. And now I'm an old lady, and metabolism changed again. So I have to fight with it. We had a delicious eggplant lasagna. And one of my sons is doing some low carb. He's trying to Cut his belly back a little bit. We messed it all up, I know. We put lots of meat in it. We just used the eggplant for the noodles. Then when I get up on my feet, I've got to do low carb again. I gained way too much weight when I was sick. So I've been generous to my caretakers and not giving them any special meals they have to serve me. Just eating lots of salads. I kind of got paid back for that. They were being nice to me and bringing me lots of spinach and fancy greens. And turns out if you don't use your muscles much, such as having a broken leg and sitting around for 2 years, your body starts saving all the oxalates that are in a lot of the vegetables. I had a dickens of a time. I had a kidney stone I had to go in and have removed, as if I hadn't had enough surgeries these last couple of years. Had that kidney stone taken care of. Then they said I should go on all this diet where I couldn't eat any of my vegetables, and it was like, what am I supposed to do? I'm not eating any vegetables. That's not good. So I was real careful during the time before my surgery for my kidney stone, and for 2 months or 3 months afterwards until the end of the year. And then this year I returned mostly to my regular diet. I just eat iceberg lettuce salads, but if I'm going to have spinach for dinner, I have spinach for dinner. And we'll see what happens, but I am up on my feet and walking, and oxalates are something that your muscles use. Most people are pretty confused when they say that I had to cut back all the vegetables for that. They're like, well, aren't kidney stones something you get from salts and things? And there are 2 different kinds of kidney stones. Well, I had a great time. We're wrapping up here on coming up. Yeah, it was nice seeing you, Random. Go ahead and get your stream started, and I'll be over there on the hour. Show you some support. Right. Well, like I said, I'm getting ready to wrap up here. Be closing down the stream. Appreciate y'all stopping by. It's nice to have somebody to talk to. My family's like work night, and some work nights and some work in the days, and so a lot of the time I'm just sitting around on my own. They stacked me a pile of food next to me. Yes, it was nice to see you again, Chris. Take a few minutes here before the streams start. Go and visit everybody. Thank you for stopping by. You bet. Go ahead and leave a like, comment, and share. And if you're not already, hit that big red button to follow us. I'm going to go ahead and close the stream down. I'm trying to do this most days at about 2 o'clock. I usually come on earlier in the day and stream a game when I'm playing in my break time. I usually play EverQuest, and you'll see in the description of that if I'm going to be playing and coming on with another stream in the afternoon. Had a good day. Thank you. Goodbye.